Hi, Alex.
Good evening, scientist. So the live stream is running. I'm very good, scientist. I'm excited. How are you?
I'm great, thank you, Alex. I'm also really excited. A freeway battle for the championship going into Suzuka.
Into the final race of Tier 2, the championship decider. And where else than Suzuka?
Yeah, it's like being back in the 1990s. The scene of many a championship triumph. Hakkinen, Schumacher, Prost and Senna.
Legendary
Damon
stuff.
Damon Hill, my favourite one of all time. When Murray Walker had to stop because he had a lump in his throat. I wonder, Alex, if one of us will be having a lump in our throats at the end of this race.
We see about that, but tell me something about the starting grid. We have, as you mentioned, a three-way battle. We have gmac, Dcunha and Nick fighting for the championship. Can you tell me something about the starting grid positions? Where's gmac, where's Dcunha, and where's Nick starting?
So Dcunha is starting P5, the highest of the three. gmac is starting in P12, Nick in P14. So very close together. On pole position, we have Basketball Boy, gmac's teammate. So will he be playing a role to try and help gmac secure the Drivers' Championship? gmac is currently leading the championship on 95 points. Dcunha behind on 82 and Nick on 80. So it's a freeway battle, and well, what more could you ask for, Alex?
It's absolutely amazing, and during the race we'll keep you all updated with live standings, as we have the standings right before the race online to see it, and we will update you during the race how the championship is standing, because we got a 25% race with a must pit stop in it. And the good thing is, the sun is shining, track is dry, 5 red lights go out, and away we go. Basketball Boy on pole position in the McLaren, leading the race from the start. Behind him, Aces vs King Psychopath going into the first corner. Let's see if something happens here. Oh, I see Ferrari going off. I think it's Corleone. And gmac already making up positions up to 9th, going into the snake corners. Being very cautious. The main thing is here to save your wing, to keep it clean, to get the times in, and to gain positions. Nick is in P16. He lost 2 positions. He won't be too happy about that. Oh, we got a racing point off.
Oh,
a racing point.
At the second deck now, we've got Ferrari of Angry Orange collided. And, well, Zakski, Doradin, and Angry Orange have fallen down to the back. They must have picked up damage. There was a big collision with... And Nick has had an incident with DFAC.
And we have a safety car.
Picked up a 5-second penalty, and there we go.
We already have a safety car. We have a safety car, and gmac is making up positions as Dcunha. Dcunha already in 3rd. gmac into the points in 8th position. His wing looks pretty slick. Let's see how Dcunha's wing is looking. It's also looking very good, but how about Nick? He's up to 13th, and his wing is also looking good. He's on the medium tires, as gmac, let's see on which tires gmac started the race. He's also on mediums, and Dcunha on soft. So we got a different tire strategy in here. Dcunha on a different strategy than both his championship contenders. And we got Basketball Boy and Aces versus Kings already into the pits, and Dcunha too. Dcunha is also into the pits right now.
Basketball Boy putting the hard tyres on. Interesting, not going for the medium tyre. So gmac is now already up to P2 behind the safety car, so he did not pit under safety car.
gmac and Nick. gmac and Nick continued, and it could be a very, very good move by gmac, because he only got Psychopath in front of him, and then he's got clean air on these mediums, and they lost a bit. On this track they lost a bit. So he can stretch his stint right now and switch onto the softs later in the race and have a massive tire advantage here.
Well, gmac and Nick in preparation for this race have been trading time trial times. Very, very impressive time trial times throughout this, so they'll be doing their best to try and make the strategy work after the safety car, and gmac will want to immediately get past Psychopath. Unless Psychopath pits behind the safety car, he'll be one to make use of those medium tyres. And Nick, as you say, is now up into P6 as well. We had some more penalties being dished out while the safety car was out. I think Zakski was a recipient of one of those penalties, a 5-second penalty for a collision with Angry Orange. I'm not sure if that was behind the safety car, but I did warn these guys before we started that just make sure you give each other plenty of room after what happened in Monza in particular. So let's have a look what else we've got. Quite a mixed bag. We've got 2 guys on the hard tyres, so that's Basketball Boy and W3. We've got half the field are pretty much on medium tyres. And Spooner might come into play here because Red Bull are battling for the constructors, so we'd not only have a Drivers' Championship at stake, we've got a Constructors' Championship at stake between Red Bull, Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo.
So Psychopath is now playing Lewis Hamilton behind Bernd Maylander. I almost throw it out. So he's annoying the safety car, and the safety car stays out for another lap, and that could be crucial for the guys on the soft still, and Psychopath will have the immediate advantage behind the safety car because he's on soft tires. He doesn't need that much warm-up for these tires as gmac does and as Nick does. But right now, with the race almost upside down because of the safety car, we got gmac in second, still in the lead of the championship, and right now our Tier 2 champion. But scientists, it's just lap 3 of 13 and we got a safety car also. The real race hasn't even begun.
Yeah, there's a long way to go in this, Balex. So the guys on the medium tyres will be trying to do their best to keep them warm. So GMAC and Nick, SJ, Aces, and everyone from Aces down to Jake will be wanting to keep their mediums up to temperature because the S section, the first sector of the lap, if you put a cold tyre on those rumble strips, you will go spinning. So it's very crucial that they keep the tyres up to temperature and take extra care going through the S section. I must say though, on the first lap, everyone was pretty decent around the snake part of the lap. There wasn't too many incidents. It was when we got to the first Degner where there was a bit of a queue and some cars colliding with each other.
Yeah, I think Dunlop caused that because these guys are going through Dunlop not on the real pace because it's right after the start and different tires on, but yes. Dunlop is very tricky and you have to come out of that with some pretty good pace, and if you lose it somewhere around or are not on the throttle enough, you got someone behind you who's crashing into you, and that's what we saw there on lap 1. But we got a very, very tricky situation here. If I mention SJ, the first thing which comes to mind is lag issues. And these lag issues are now there for Nick. He will have to face them in the first lap after the safety car came in. So very tricky what Nick makes out of that situation.
The restart is going to be key here. So Nick, like you say, will want to get past SJ as quickly as possible and make inroads on GMAC. And we have another 5-second penalty, this time for DFAC, unfortunately.
The safety car is coming in. The safety car is coming in. I'm staying with the leader, with Psychopath and the leading pack. Scientists, if you don't mind, please take a look at Dcunha, what happens to him, because he's still in the championship race, and he's on mediums or hards now after his first stint. So Psychopath is slowing down now massively, and it seems like he's now got on the power. He's now got on the power. GMAC right behind him. Let's see if Nick can make something happen into the first corner. We're right with Nick now. And he has to defend himself against Wilmer, who's pretty quick out of the start behind the safety car. But no changes in the front. Oh, Psychopath! Psychopath is out! He lost it! He lost it to the beginning of the S's! There's no way! No way! He lost it! GMAC in the lead!
Well, what did we say about cold tyres on the S section, Balex?
You won't believe it.
Psychopath's managed to keep it on the road. He's down in 10th. And Doradin's now out of the race. So Doradin, I think, had an off. I couldn't see it, but Dcunha was behind him. But then I switched to Psychopath's incident. Dcunha is still P11, so he hasn't made any passes on this first lap. And Dcunha is now being challenged by the Renault of Twitch, and he's down to P12. This is not good for Dcunha's championship chances.
What a restart! What a restart! I didn't see that coming. Especially with Psychopath in the lead, losing it into the S's. So GMAC is now in first.
And Nick is making a move on SJ, going down to 130R.
Oh, I want to
And
see
he gets
that.
him.
And I bet you all want to see
gets
he
him.
gets him right before 130R. That's a cushion. That's good for him. But SJ's coming back at him into the chicane.
Dcunha's had an issue. He's down to P18 ballots. I was riding on board with Nick at the time, but Dcunha is now down in 18th.
Can you give us an update on his wing?
It's hard to tell. It looks like, well, is he going to pit? I think he's going to pit here. No, he carries on. So I just wonder if he ran wide. His front wing looks pretty much intact. Yeah, his front wing looks fine, ballots.
Good for him. Good for him right now. But good for him is also for GMAC. He's in the lead. He's in the lead of the race. And scientists, give me a little reminder, where did GMAC start?
GMAC started down in P12, I believe, so he's made up 10 places on the start. Let me just confirm that by 11 places actually. So he started P13. So he's made up 11 places. SJ's made up an impressive 12 places in the Williams. That's fantastic driving from him.
Amazing.
Wilmar, who joined the grid at the very last minute to replace Shippers in the Alpha Tauri, has made up 14 places. So he started last, is now in P6. But I don't think he's pitted under the safety car.
As I've already said, this race is upside down right now. So we got a lot of guys who've already pitted because of the safety car and now are on the harder tires.
And we've got a yellow flag at the tunnel section where this unique Suzuka circuit, which is a figure of 8 configuration. You see the cars heading down to 130R over the bridge under where the Decners are. And I'm afraid it's Basketball Boy who's now down in 17th.
I have to interrupt you. Nick is going at Spooner on the pit straight and he's overtaken him. So Nick in third right now. He's on a run. He's in third. And now attacking DB Cooper. He's just 7/10 of a second behind him. And now into the S's. He wants to get him, but it's tricky. He's on the medium tires, and DB Cooper must be on the soft, I think. He is on the soft tires. So it seems like the guys on the mediums bring their fucking tires to work. On the soft, they're struggling already.
So
well, already we're almost half through the race, so already is a little bit too much there, but the medium tires working, he's got him.
Yeah. So now we've got the two championship challengers, P1 and 2. I'm afraid to say Dcunha looks out of the battle at this point, but Nick realistically has to win this race, and Luke GMAC does not score enough points.
Basketball boy DNF'd. Basketball boy DNF'd. Yeah. So the help from the other McLaren is out of the window right now. But the tricky thing is, scientists, because of the safety car, the field is not that much stretched out, and GMAC and Nick have to pit. Dcunha already pitted. That's his big advantage here. But it seems even if Dcunha stays on and overtakes some guys and gets some positions in, it's a three-way battle on the track. But because of the championship standings, GMAC now has a big advantage over those two guys. But the race is not done yet. We're just halfway through, and everything is possible.
And SJ and Wilmar having a battle down the start-finish straight. And there was a big dive bomb from Wilmar, and he got him.
He got him.
But he got a corner cutting penalty for his troubles, and is now struggling to keep it through the snake section.
Man, he packed his balls in and drove right through there and got him. That was a balls move, nothing else. And Aces versus Kings is smelling blood in the water and is right behind SJ and trying to get him, maybe to leave into a mistake. And there is the mistake. Someone got off.
Aces has passed SJ, so it's SJ that went off, I think, because Aces and Twitch got him in the same corner, and now Psychopath as well in the other round.
Oh, and the Ferrari of Corleone going into SJ! What a disaster!
And Dcunha has benefited from that. He's up in the points now.
Oh man, he's laughing. He's laughing at them already. And he has clean air. He has now clean air in front of him. He got 4 seconds to Psychopath. Clean air. And his wing is still intact, so he got now everything in his hands. Because when GMAC and Nick are pitting, it's not enough. It's not enough, and GMAC stays out for the moment. Nick also. I thought Nick could take the chance to undercut GMAC, but right now it's not an option for both. Although the pit window is now open for soft tires.
Yes. So, in terms of the battle for the Spooner and DB Coupe having a ding-dong battle there for the final podium place. For in terms of the Constructors' Championship, it's looking pretty good, I would say, for the Red Bull team. Spooner up in P4 and W3 making his debut in P10 in the second Red Bull. The two Mercs, Dcunha in P9, Chape in P16, and the Alpha. So Nick in second place, Alpha third in the championship. Bit of an outside chance for them. Second for Nick and 15th for Jake.
And we got now Dcunha in 9th, right behind Wilma.
And
he's gaining,
Nick,
we got someone into the gravel! We got someone into the gravel, scientist. Sorry for interrupting you, but we got someone into the gravel, and it seems like that Twitch Instar Aces vs Kings took a little sightseeing trip through Suzuka there into the gravel. He lost massive to Spooner.
Nick is catching GMAC. He's almost a second behind. Now, will Nick go for the undercut on GMAC because they're both not pitted? They're both on the medium tyres. Will Nick go for the undercut? He doesn't know when GMAC's going to pit. That's the only thing.
I bet both go in now. GMAC is going in because GMAC is in. And Nick is in. Of course. Nick has to cover that. Nick has to cover that.
Yeah, I don't know if the overcut works particularly well around Suzuka. It's unlikely. The undercut tends to work most of the time.
I'm staying.
Nick's got a penalty. Nick's got a penalty.
No.
Nick has got a penalty.
Oh, he got a 5-second penalty. But who knows if that got overturned? But something different is going on. Where's GMAC? GMAC is already out. GMAC is out on the soft tires. And DB Coupe. And Nick has some guys between him and GMAC now. That's not good. Dear. Zaksky, Spooner, DB Coupe, and W3092 are all between him. He has to do some work now.
And Dcunha is now up in third place. So the early pit stop has worked for Dcunha, but realistically, he really needs to rely on GMAC falling away in the order. But GMAC's now up to P4. And on the soft tires,
and he's close to Dcunha. He's close to Dcunha, and GMAC has the fresher compound of tire on now, on the soft tires, and yeah, with the help of DRS out of the last corner, it could be sealed.
Nick has another penalty, trying to get past Zaksky. I think Zaksky took him going into the hairpin, but it's looking pretty rosy for GMAC at this stage. And Nick with a move. And Nick passed Zaksky, but in doing so took out Zaksky. Oh dear, that might be one for the stewards to inquire over. I think Nick in his desperation to try and make up for lost ground after the pit stops. Unfortunately, I think he should have given Zaksky more room there.
And we're jumping right into the front. GMAC and Dcunha battling. GMAC right behind him with the help of DRS. Taking on Dcunha on the pit straight, going on the inside,
We've got battle for the lead. Twitch has taken aces for the lead of the race. A fantastic move from Twitch Insta going through the snake section. That came out of nowhere. What a brilliant overtake.
And we got a brilliant overtake by GMAC against Dcunha, going side by side into the first corner and changing the lead into the second and third corner, and GMAC's coming out ahead. So GMAC now in third position, and I think Aces vs Kings and Twitchta, did they already pit?
No, I don't think they have. They've done 7 laps in the medium, so that effectively makes GMAC the net race leader, Balix.
Well, if they have 7 laps on, it could be because they got an early pit stop, but 10 laps are done. So although you're right, they have done 1 stop each. You're correct, Balix. So they're in the net lead, but let's be real here. GMAC is 6 seconds behind, but he's on the fresher compound of tire, and he's on the softs.
Is 3 laps enough to get past 2 guys on old medium tires? It'll depend on how well Twitch. That could have been a race minute move from Twitch and stuff.
And out of Spoon, Nick is now in 7th behind Spoon and DB Coupe, and Nick trying to get them both. But the thing is, he's now in a little DRS train with them, and let's see if he gains the needed positions to get in front and just hope for a mistake. But GMAC is putting in the fastest lap to cement his position in the championship.
And Spooner and DB Coupe, so Spooner for DRS, straightforward overtake.
all three going into that corner section now. This could be tricky. Nick is overtaking Dcunha. Oh, what a move! What a move! He's got more traction going side by side, overtaking him into the S's. That needs some balls. That's a balls move again. We got some balls on display here. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Nick in 6th now, behind Spooner. And 5 seconds in front of Spooner is Dcunha. So we got gmac, Dcunha, Spooner, Nick.
Watch your front wing. Watch your front wing, Nick.
Oh, that's so close. Into the hairpin.
gmac has taken Aces versus Kings for P2.
Already. And Dcunha too. Dcunha too.
Aces made a mistake, I think. So Twitch is now 6 seconds ahead of gmac. As quick as gmac is on those soft tyres, I think Twitch, if he keeps a level head and keeps it on the tarmac, he may have his first win of this championship.
And Nick going for 5th position, side by side with Spooner. 130R coming up, and Nick now right in front of him. But Spooner will get the DRS on the pit straight. So let's see if Nick has enough ERS to defend. And for that, we jump right into the cockpit camera of Nick, and let's see if Spooner can get close enough. But it seems like Nick's got it for the moment. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nick in 5th position right now, cementing that. And he's got only Aces versus Kings in front of him now, 2.3 seconds in front of him. And it got a solid lead by Twitch. I didn't see that coming.
Oh, careful going through that second Degner. We've seen a few people come off there. But Twitch is doing what he can to maintain the lead. gmac will close him down on those soft tyres. But with 1 lap to go and 5.5 seconds in hand, Twitch is in the pole position to get the win. Nick is on a mission.
Yeah, Nick is closing the gap rapidly.
And Coop, who's had a very impressive outshowing from DB Coop, actually, has avoided all the incidents. Probably maybe feels he deserves to be a bit higher up than where he is, but he's chasing down Spooner.
And Nick now riding to Spoon, and he gains a lot of tenths here against Aces versus Kings through Spoon. And now coming at him right before 130R. They're side by side. Oh, that's close.
God.
That's close. He's backing off for the moment. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, that was very wise. You got to be very careful of the dirty air coming off the gearbox of the car in front. But with DRS on the start finish straight, this should be a straightforward overtake for Nick.
And Nick right behind Aces vs Kings. ERS, DRS at work. And it seems like he's on the outside. On the outside. Woo! What a move. Again, balls on display. Man, that's a track. That's a track where we see some very risky and high level overtakes. Nick in 4th position on the last lap. So it seems like it won't be enough for his championship dreams, but we got gmac now cruising in 2nd position, just bringing home the McLaren to seal his championship in Suzuka, to get his first world championship in the Scientist Reverse Grid Tier 2.
Easy for you to say, Alex. But yeah, quite a fantastic drive from Twitch. Obviously made the early call to go in the medium tyres with the safety car, and has taken advantage of that and pulled off a fantastic move on Aces versus Kings. That was definitely worthy of the race win. And as he comes through the 130R, the Renault team, they've been celebrating recently with Danny Rick on the podium in real life. They'll now be celebrating with Twitch.
And we can only say congratulations to Twitch Insta for his win at Suzuka in the final race. gmac coming home in 2nd, Dcunha
and that's it
in 3rd, Nick in 4th, and the championship is decided. Nick gets in the fastest lap of the race, but championship dreams are done for Dcunha and Nick. And congratulations, gmac, on your first world championship in the Scientist Reverse Grid Tier 2.
Yes, congratulations to gmac. I might have to do a few calculations to work out if Mercedes or Red Bull are the Constructors' Champions. Red Bull had 142 going into this race, Mercedes 120. I think Red Bull have secured the constructors. So congratulations to Spooner, the W3, but also to Chatty Duck, who raced early part of the championship in the Red Bull, and a couple of other reserve drivers. So collectively, congratulations to you all.
And congratulations to Angry Orange for the move of the race. First, I think it was in Monza, where he was disqualified on the pit straight for waiting too long. Now he's waiting. Now he's waiting in the pit lane. He's just waiting for his disqualification. It seems like he wants to do a pit stop, but his rear tires will give up the work. Well, Angry Orange, unfortunately, that's it for you for this race.
I would say that's a rather interesting line he's taken into that corner, Alex. But there we go.
Scientists, what a finale at Suzuka. What a race. We saw some spectacular overtakes, and we got W3 as our drive of the day of the race. Well deserved.
And an extra championship point to go with it. But there we go.
And what a celebration by Twitch Insta.
Fantastic, yes. Rocking the Sebastian Vettel celebration there. So there we go. GMAC on the podium, the World Drivers' Champion for Tier 2, alongside P3. Whoever P3 was, I can't remember. Dcunha, of course.
Dcunha is P3. Don't throw that under the table.
And Nick, well, I did talk about the time trial trims between GMAC and Nick. They were trading fastest laps, and Nick, if there's any consolation to not winning the championship, Nick, you got the fastest lap and an extra point there. It should be said that both GMAC and Nick didn't participate in all the races in this championship, so an impressive effort by both of them to finish in the top 3.
That's very impressive. So, scientists, as this was our finale in Suzuka, what comes up next?
So we're having a nice 2-week season break, during which we'll have some classic car events hosted by your good self, Alex. So that will be fun to watch. And then in a couple of weeks' time, we will start Season 2 of the Scientist Reverse Grid League, both Tier 1 and Tier 2.
I'm fucking excited for that. I'm fucking excited. After this season, I'm even more excited after that finish in Suzuka. I can't get enough of that shit.
Brilliant. Yes.
So, scientists, as we are now coming to an end, I would like to thank you very much for commentating the races with me during the season, and I'm very glad that we will hear each other again in about 2 weeks when we start with the first race, the season opener for Tier 2 again. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Looking forward to it, as always.
And thanks to all our spectators and commentators who always comment in the boxes. Thank you very much for pushing us, for giving us feedback, and we see you again in 2 weeks.